Session 89, 30th May 2022. Session 89, 30th May 2022. Brothers and sisters, Quran, the Word of Allah, an elaborate translation by ex-Brigadier Mustansar Billah. Brothers and sisters, we are on Surah Al-Anbiya, the 21st Surah of Quran, and on part 17. And we begin with verse 3-4 of Surah Al-Anbiya today. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَمَا جَلْنَا لِبَشَرٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ الْخُلْدَ أَفَا إِن مِتَّ فَهُمُ الْخَالِدُونَ. Verse 3-4. O Muhammad, peace be upon him, we have not granted immorality to any human before you. So, if you are to die, will those disbelievers live forever? So, if you are to die, will those disbelievers live forever? Kulla nafsin zaqatul maut wa nablukum bashar wal khair fitnata ilayna turja'un. 3:5. Everyone is going to taste of death. We are putting all of you to a test by passing you through bad and good conditions, and finally to us you will return. And finally to us you will return. وَإِذَا رَاكَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِنْ يَتَّخِذُونَكَ إِلَّا هُزُوًا أَهَذَا الَّذِي يَذْكُرُ إِلَىٰ آلِهَتِكُمْ وَهُمْ بِذِكْرِ الرَّحْمَنِ هُمْ كَافِرُونَ. 3:6. And when those who disbelieved see you, O Muhammad, they do not take you but for one to be scoffed at. Is this the one who talks against our gods? They say, is this the one who talks against our gods? And they themselves deny the mention of the compassionate Allah. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ مِنْ أَجَلٍ سَأُرِيكُمْ آيَاتِي فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُونَ. 3:7. Man is a creature of haste, impatience. Man is a creature of haste, impatience. Soon I'll show you my signs. Therefore, you need not be impatient. Therefore, you need not be impatient. وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. 3:8. And they say, ask, when will this promise come to pass if you are truthful? And they say, that is, ask, when will this promise come to pass if you are truthful? لَوْ يَعْلَمُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا حِينَ لَا يَكُفُّونَ عَنْ وُجُوهِهِمُ النَّارَ وَلَا عَنْ ظُهُورِهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يُنصَرُونَ. 3:9. They would not have asked this question if only the disbelievers knew the day when they'll be able to protect neither their faces from the fire of hell nor their backs, nor will they be helped. بل تأتيهم بغتة فتبهتهم فلا يستطيعون ردها ولا هم ينظرون. 4:0. Nay, it, the day of resurrection, will come to them all of a sudden and overpower them so abruptly that they shall neither be able to avert it, nor shall they get any respite. And it will come sudden and overpower them so abruptly that they shall neither be able to avert it, nor shall they get any respite. وَلَقَدِ اسْتُهْزِئَ بِرُسُلٍ مِّن قَبْلِكَ فَحَاقَ بِالَّذِينَ سَخِرُوا مِنْهُم مَّا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. 4:1. As for their scoffing, the messengers before you O Muhammad, peace be upon him, were also scoffed at, but their scoffs were hemmed in by the very thing at which they used to scoff. كل من يكلؤكم بالليل والنهار من الرحمن بل هم عن ذكر ربهم معرضون. For to say, ask them, who is there to protect you by night and by day from the wrath of the compassionate Allah? Yet they turn away from the admonition of their Rabb. Yet they turn away from the admonition of their Rabb. أم لهم آلهة تمنعهم من دوننا لا يستطيعون نصر أنفسهم ولا هم منا يصحبون. 4:3 Or do they have such gods who can defend them against us? Their gods, can neither help themselves nor can they protect themselves from us. Their gods, can neither help themselves nor can they protect themselves from us. بل متعنا هؤلاء وآباؤهم حتى زال عليهم الأمر أفلا يرون أنا نأتي الأرض ننقصها من أطرافها أفهم الغالبون. 4. The fact is that we gave the good things of this life to them and their forefathers until they got used to these things, got used to these things because of their prolonged lives. Can they not see how we gradually reduce the land which was in their control and curtail it from all sides? Do they still expect to be victorious against us? Do they still expect to be victorious against us? قل إنما أنذركم بالوحي ولا يسمع سم الدعاء إذا ما ينذرون. 4:5 You say, O Muhammad, peace be upon him, I warn you in accordance with the order I receive. But the deaf do not listen to the call when someone warns them. But the deaf do not listen to the call when someone warns them. وَلَئِن مَّسَّتْهُمْ نَفْحَةٌ مِّنْ عَذَابِ رَبِّكَ لَيَقُولُنَّ يَا وَيْلَنَا إِنَّا كُنَّا ظَالِمِينَ. 4:6 And yet, if a breath from the wrath of your Rabb was to touch them, they will certainly say, misery to us. No doubt we were zalimeen, mushrikeen, polytheists, wrongdoers, sinful. Yet if a breath from the wrath of your Rabb was to touch them, they will certainly say, misery to us. No doubt we were zalimeen, mushrikeen, polytheists, wrongdoers, sinful. وَنَزَعُ الْمَوَازِينَ الْقِسْطَ لِيَوْمِ الْقِيَامَةِ فَلَا تُظْلَمُ نَفْسٌ شَيْئًا وَإِنْ كَانَ مِثْقَالَ حَبَّةٍ مِّنْ خَرْدَلٍ آتَيْنَا بِهَا وَكَفَىٰ بِنَا حَاسِبِينَ. 4:7 On the day of judgment, we shall set up scales of justice, so that no one will be dealt with unjustly in any way. Even if someone has an act as small as a grain of mustard seed, we will bring it to account, and sufficient are we to settle the accounts. وَلَقَدْ أَتَيْنَا مُوسَى وَهَارُونَ الْفُرْقَانَ وَضِيَاءً وَذِكْرًا لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. 4:8 Certainly, we granted to Musa, Moses, and Aaron, the criterion of right and wrong, and a shining light, Torah that is, and a reminder for those righteous people, and a reminder for those righteous people. الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب وهم من الساعة مشفقون. 4:9 Those who fear their Rabb without seeing him and dread the hour of resurrection. Those who fear their Rabb without seeing him and dread the hour of resurrection. وهذا ذكر مبارك أنزلناه أفأنتم له منكرون. 50 And this blessed reminder, my apologies, وهذا ذكر مبارك أنزلناه أفأنتم له منكرون. 50 And this blessed reminder, the Quran which we have sent down. Will you then dare to deny it? And this blessed reminder, the Quran which we have sent down, will you then dare to deny it? وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ رُشْدَهُ مِنْ قَبْلُ وَكُنَّا بِهِ عَالِمِينَ. 5:1 Even before that, we blessed Abraham, with guidance, for we knew him well. إِذْ قَالَ لَأَبِيهِ وَقَوْمِهِ مَا هَٰذِهِ التَّمَاثِيلُ الَّتِي أَنْتُمْ لَهَا آفِرُونَ. 5:2 Remember when Abraham said to his father and his people, what are these images to which you are devoted? Because they were idolaters. What are these images to which you are devoted? قالوا وجدنا آباءنا لها عابدين. 5:3 They said, we found our forefathers worshipping them. قال لقد كنتم أنتم آباؤكم في ضلال مبين. 5:4 He said, then certainly you and your forefathers have been in manifest error. He said, then certainly you and your forefathers have been in manifest error. قالوا أجئتنا بالحق أم أنت من العالمين. 5:5 They said, have you brought to us the truth, or are you one of those who are playful? قال بل ربكم رب السماوات والأرض الذي فطرهن وأنا على ذلكم من الشاهدين. 5:6 He said, nay, your Rabb is the Lord of the heavens and the earth. It is He who has created them, and I am of those who bear witness to this. And I am of those who bear witness to this. وَتَاللَّهِ لَأَكِيدَنَّ أَصْنَامًا مَعَكُمْ بَعْدَ أَن تُوَلُّوا مُدْبِرِينَ. 5:7 And by Allah, I will certainly plan to destroy your idols when you turn and go away. فَجَعَلُهُمْ جُزَازًا إِلَى كَبِيرٍ لَهُمْ لَعَلَّهُمْ إِلَيْهِ يَرْجِعُونَ. 5:8 So he, Abraham, broke them all in pieces, except the biggest of them, so that they might turn to it. قالوا من فعل هذا بآلهتنا إنه لمن الظالمين. 5:9 On the return, when they saw the plight of their idols, some asked, who has done this to our gods? He must surely be a wicked person. قالوا سمعنا فتى يذكره يقال له إبراهيم. 6:0 They said, we heard a young man talking against the idols, who is called Abraham. قالوا فاتوا به على أعين الناس لعلهم يشهدون. 6:1 They said, then bring him before the eyes of the people, so that they testify. قالوا أنت فعلت هذا بآلهتنا يا إبراهيم. 6:2 When Ibrahim came, they asked, are you the one who has done this to our gods, O Ibrahim? قال بل فعل كبيركم هم هذا فاسألوهم إن كانوا ينطقون. 6:3 Ibrahim said, Nay, this one, the biggest of them, the idols, did it. So I asked them, ask them if they can speak. So ask them if they can speak. فرجعوا إلى أنفسهم فقالوا إنكم أنتم الظالمون. 6:4 Thereupon they turned to themselves and said, Surely you yourselves are the Zalimeen, Mushrikeen, polytheists, wrongdoers. ثم نكسوا على رؤوسهم لقد علمت ما هؤلاء ينطقون. 6:5 Confused as they were lowering their heads shamefacedly, they said, You know fully well that they cannot speak. And lowering their heads shamefacedly, they said, You know fully well that they cannot speak. قال أفتعبدون من دون الله ما لا ينفعهم ويحشيهم ولا يضركم. 6:6 Then Abraham said, Do you then worship other than Allah, He who can neither benefit nor harm you? أُفِلْ لَكُمْ وَلِمَا تَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. 6:7 Shame on you and on those deities you worship besides Allah. Have you no sense at all? Have you no sense at all? قالوا حرقوه وانصروا إلى آلهتكم إن كنتم فاعلين. 6:8 They said, Burn him alive and avenge our gods if you want to take any action. They said, Burn him alive and avenge our gods if you want to take any action. Kulna ya naru kuni bardam wa salaman ala Ibrahim. 6:9 When they threw him in the fire, we commanded, O fire, be cool and comfortable for Abraham. It was a great fire which was kept burning for 3 to 4 weeks in the view of Ibrahim, whom they had kept caged to see it. When they threw him in the fire, we commanded, O fire, be cool and comfortable for Ibrahim. It was a great fire which was kept burning for 3 to 4 weeks in the view of Ibrahim, whom they had kept caged to see it. وَأَرَدُوا بِهِ كَيْدًا فَجَعَلْنَاهُمُ الْأَخْسَرِينَ. 7:0 And they wanted to harm him, but then we made them the worst losers. And the last verse for today, وَنَجَّيْنَاهُ وَلُوطًا إِلَى الْأَرْضِ الَّتِي بَارَكْنَا فِيهَا لِلْعَالَمِينَ. 7:1 And we rescued him and his nephew Lot, and directed them to the land which we have blessed